There is psychology master Reham with his loyal assistant Edwin. Today we're gonna talk about some mental disease, unipolar depression and narcissistic personality disorder.
We're gonna tell you today about disorder and what these are and the percentage of this disorder in the United States. Also, the symptoms and causes, and finally the treatment. Let's move to the Edwin to tell you about this disorder and the percentage.
Okay, unipolar depression is a depression which people will get a persistent low mood with low self-instinct. The people who get this depression will always feel sad and will lose all the interest in their daily life. The prevalence of it, as it's shown in the chart, overall there are about 6.9% of people in America got this depression. The female patient accounts for 8.5%, which is a little higher than the male patients, counts about 5.2%. The mean age of the people who get this depression is from 18 to 25. Still, there is approximate data shows that the American Indian and Alaska Native gets the most approximately patients in these depressions. I will explain this later. So, Master, could you explain some symptoms of it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
With the depression, people often see everything in the negative way. It's hard to imagine that. A problem or the situation will be solved in a positive way. For that, I will tell you the symptoms. The first one is feeling hopelessness and helplessness, which mean that he feeling that or she feeling that all her body lazy or tired and like heavy. And the second one being isolated, which means that he want to be alone and don't want to see people or go out with them. The third one, terrible sleeping or sleeping too much, which mean terrible sleeping mean like I got insomnia, which mean couldn't sleep. And sleeping too much, like sleeping more than the normal time for sleeping. The fourth one, thoughts of death or suicide, which mean want to die. The last one, lack of energy, which mean losing the energy. He can do like anything. He feel that he don't have any power to do anything. Now we're gonna move to the causes for this disorder.
Yeah. The most of the psychologists, such as Master Reham, think about the chemical changes will be responsible for the depressions. The chemical changes will be caused by genes, which means you were born inherent with depression because of your parents get this depression. But most of the situation is because of the stress events, such as alcohol or drug abuse, medical condition, especially that's long-term painful one, such as cancers, and sleeping problems with social isolation. This could be clear proof that why American Indians get the high proportion of the depressions. As we all know, the white race and the black race is the major population in America. So as a minority, American Indian must lose their some customs and adjust themselves to learn the English, to seek for more opportunities or make friends with others. So if they didn't do so, they will be easily to isolated, right? And last, let's talk about some treatments.
Okay. There are two general ways for for this disorder to treat. The first one is medication, which is antidepressant. It's used to solve or help to solve the depression. Its work by bringing back the chemical in the brain to the right level. And the second way is tech therapy, which has two types. The first type is cognitive therapy, and the second one psychological psychotherapy. The first one, it's help to know where's the problem and how to solve it, teach how to solve it. And the second one, it's let you know where's exactly the problem. And now we're gonna move to the next disorder with my assistant Edwin.
Yeah. The next disorder we want to talk about is narcissistic personality disorder. In short, it's called NPD. NPD is a disorder which people will get inflated sense of self, coupled with an intense need for admiration and respect. The prevalence is a little similar to the previous ones. It will count about 6% of America got NPD. The male patient accounts for 4% of it, with female patient accounts for 2%. Okay, still it has some symptoms of it.
Yeah, the first one is believe that he or she is special and unique, and he's the only one can be understood. The second one is lacks empathy, which is mean it's unwilling recognize or identified with others' needs or feeling. The last one is often envious of others or believe that others are envious of him or her. In the other word, it means get jealous from others or others get jealous from him. I have an example, like if we have a girl, she gets jealous from her friends because her look it's more beautiful than her. Or like a man who get jealous, who think that his best friend get jealous from him in his education or anything else. And can you tell me, my assistant, about the causes of this disorder, NPD?
All right. It's pitiful for me to tell you guys that the psychologists think that there is no particular reason could be proved to cause that NPD. But most of them think the NPD will be affected by early life experience, especially when a person in childhood they will be spoiled by the parents. The parents will give them unlimitedly praise and material satisfaction, and make them feel they are the most unique one, and they could get everything. At first, there is maybe just a little narcissistic, but over time, it will become a disorder. Yeah. So, still, some treatments, right?
Yeah,
Master?
sure. We will see here there is no medication in this disorder, which is NPD, but it seems like there is the most effective ways is the talk therapy. Okay, let's conclude our disorder with Edwin.
Okay. What I want to conclude first is the proportion. We could say that from the chart, from the prevalence, that the proportion of these two mental diseases is very similar. Second is the treatment ways. After my master's introduction, right, you could say that the therapy talk is the most efficient treatment for this mental disease.
Could you please conclude our speech?
I have concluded. Why?
Okay, for that I will promote you to the master.
Okay. So, I think, because my master introduction, the efficient way is therapy talk, right? The therapist could do it, so why couldn't we? If there is someone beside you get this mental disease, I think maybe we could do like therapists, talk to them, listen to their real feelings, and help them without teasing them. You will do a simple thing, but actually you don't know how big the influence you have to do. Yeah, you will help people release from his problem.
Thank you for your listening. Do you have any question? We feel free to ask.
No questions.
No?
All right.
Maybe my master will promote you guys to the master.
Thank you for listening.
Very good.